everyone, I'm Wendy here, the DG. I think what we're going to be talking about is our new way of work. As a government, we are absolutely committed to making sure that we create the opportunity or the environment for the opportunity for citizens to prosper. And of course, that's what we have to do as government. The political leadership, the administrative leadership, is making sure that we create this enabling environment. And these are the challenges that our government faces. And it's in our hands to work out now, post this pandemic, what is that new way of working?
Louis, I agree with you. We've just seen what is possible, particularly with regards to what we've managed to achieve during COVID. In fact, what we had to do is we had to implement radical changes. And actually, we had to become a government that can actually run effectively. There's been many challenges. You're aware of it. There's the issue around the budget. We had to find new ways to optimize our own operations, as well as some of our service delivery processes. So what is it that we need to do? We need to move and develop to an entire capability framework that is actually focused on the citizens. So it's not an internal focus towards ourselves as government employees, but what is it that we need to do for the citizens. So what does that mean, Premier? It means that we will have to change the way that we approach our work. We need to work on people capacity. We need to look at our institution, our technology landscape, information, as well as obviously our budget and how we can redirect all of it. It also requires us to think differently about our leadership development, as well as assisting our staff to navigate through this new reality. To do that, we've developed something called the New Norm Culture Initiative to particularly assist our leaders as well as our employees. So moving forward, Premier, in this institution called Western Cape Government, we will work on this New Norm Culture Initiative as part of our capability framework. It will come together in the capability framework as the new way of work initiative. It will require all of us to work together, ultimately aimed at the citizen.
Correct. The one thing that really stood out for me in the last year, and it's been exactly a year of battling this pandemic, was the amazing initiatives that came up from people that work in this government. They're the ones that came up with the ideas and made the difference. And now we've got to do it again. We've got to find a new way of work. It means us in management, but it means every single person in this government. Everyone has got the possibility to influence this new way of how we're going to work. The recovery of our province, the recovery of citizens getting back to work. In our own recovery plan as government, the PSP, how are we going to do this? But we've got to do it together. Every one of us have got ideas. How do we bring this together in this new way of work?
Premier, I cannot agree with you more. As you're well aware, internally, our focus will remain on innovation and culture. And this new way of work is actually part of our culture development. It will focus on people capacity through leadership development. Obviously, one part of the value-based leadership development program is actually to empower our leaders, because if you have empowered leaders, they can actually work with the staff and empower them, develop their skills, ultimately to improve the service delivery mandate to the citizen. What this new way of work will come with, it will come with reevaluating the way we are doing things at the moment. It will focus on innovation. It will take us to move out of our own comfort zone. But more importantly, as staff, we will also have to focus on our well-being, because that is also an important part of this new way of work. And in that, Premier, as you're well aware, we've got programs like our employee wellness program that's been designed to assist our staff to actually deal with all the challenges that this new way of work will come with. It's part of redeveloping our organizational culture. It's part of our goal-oriented approach as a Western Cape government, and also our key approach around innovation, becoming more innovative, do more things to actually improve the service delivery of our staff. What we'll do, Premier, is the idea is to focus on 5 broad outcomes. Firstly, our staff is important. If you look after your staff, they will look after the citizens. So we believe employee engagement is key. We also believe in balancing our behavioral norms. It's part of well-being. We believe in digital and data transformation. It's part of innovation, culture change. Also the issue around citizen engagement will become key, and then the issue around building partnerships, not just within government, but also across the private sector. We will have to, obviously, if we want to achieve these outcomes, change and look at some of our inherent behaviors in this government. So we will focus on being adaptable, being innovative, looking at outdated tools that we have. Try and make sense out of this thing. Ultimately, as a citizen, there needs to be ongoing learning. We need to understand what it means to be a learning organization. We need to treat our customers with empathy and with compassion, and then there's also understanding the group dynamics, taking the cue from the group, working on our strengths and doing all of this to improve, the lives of the citizens.
Yeah, absolutely, DG. I agree with you. And the way you say about together, I think all of us together, we need to rethink, and I think that's the word, rethink. How do we all put our minds to understanding the way that we deliver services, the way that we engage with our citizens? I think that's really critical. And of course, everyone's at a different space on how they interface. And so let's all think together. Let's have a mindset of how we're going to grow this province. If we do this together, I believe that we definitely will have a new culture that will develop out of this. We need to also make sure that, I know that every time we speak about it, it's about citizen first. It's about citizen-centric. If you put the citizen in front, that's the customer. We need to make sure that everything we do is about that customer. And then, of course, I think we've got to be ruthless about it. We've got to be ruthless about specifically the costs. We know that there's far less money coming into the system, so we all have to play our part. It is about making sure that every single cent counts at the end of the day. It's about our values. I truly believe in that. If you approach everything with a good set of values, that really is a basis, a foundation. And we must also challenge everything that we do. We've got to cross-question what we do. If it's not working, we mustn't be scared of it. We must actually then stop and start again. We must try. We must be. That's what this culture must be. It must be a culture of a value base, but it must be a culture of challenging and pushing those boundaries.
Premier, many of us might say this system is way too big. We've got 86,000 people in the system. I do believe that the system consists of individual members of staff. So the system might be big, but we are the system. As we change, the Western Cape government system changes, but we must have the right attitude to actually change the system. We need to adapt quickly, Premier. And the thing is, I want you to rest assured that the Western Cape government will continue to support you. At the end of the day, we all need to work together to support what Cabinet is doing. We all need to work together to make sure, that we deliver on the particular mandates, but it's a mandate that comes from the citizen. So if we put the citizen in the center, whilst we're also taking care of our well-being, we will be able to deal with all these challenges. So, Premier, from our side, we believe the time has now come for us to change the system in a radical way.
Thank you, DG. I absolutely support you in that. This is our opportunity to rethink. This is our opportunity to move forward in a different way. And of course, I want to move forward in an engaging way, where we together, this Team Western Cape, we know that if we use this opportunity, we can make a massive difference, each and every one of our own contributions. So please join us and engage with us, and let's make sure that in this journey, we also stay safe along the way. We all know what to do. Please stay safe and enjoy the journey with us.
Thank you.